Hello, and welcome to 6114 Waterman, here in the Skaggs neighborhood of St. Louis. This building is unique in that it was built actually as a upper-end two-family. So although it was built as a two-family unit, as you can see from 1909 in particular, the finishes are to a far higher standard than one would expect in a standard two-family, or in many cases even a single-family home. And it is here on the street where it's mixed in with other large single-family homes. Looking at the front, we have a slate roof and double bay windows on the upper floor, ionic columns holding up the front porch roof, and a very symmetrical look throughout. Little dormer at the top to the attic, which is not really functional space. We have traditional red brick mixed in with white glazed. And as we come inside here, you'll notice the original glass door has not been painted in over 115 years. Coming inside, it does look like this has been modified to some degree in the past. We step into this foyer here, a huge bookshelf. This unit has so much storage, it's amazing. Must have been a university professor lived here, someone who had a lot of books. And you can see this here was originally an opening into the front room. It's been closed off to make for I guess, more places to put a wall against. Looking here, we have the dining room. You can see the beamed ceiling, paneled walls, original hardwood floors here, and green glazed tile on the fireplace. Looks like it's wood burning and possibly still being used, with natural wood pillars. And look at the detail on these columns, on the ends of these columns here. And then on the mantelpiece itself. So now we're looking back towards the front door there. And we have this living room. Looks like someone had built, or this room, someone put a closet in, and yet more bookshelves. Right here, we have a pocket door. And you see as you push that in, you pull a little tab out, and that allows this to slide. A lot of times people slot paint in that mechanism so they don't work after time. So a lot of these cabinets, the bookshelves and closet unit were probably built at a later era, but still work really well here. We have the second room here, which has a wall of mirrors on it. Thinking this may have been used as a living room at one point. Again, we have the trim design on the walls. Trying to remember what that is. And then my brain had a little short circuit there. And then we come through into the main hallway of the house. These units have an unusual bathroom design, at least for this era. So we have the toilet cubicle here, and in this unit we have a sink, and then we have a separate area here for the bathtub and shower. Here's the rear bedroom. Again, so much closet space in here because we have, in addition to these closets, we have another closet here that goes all the way up to the ceiling. Nice sized and well laid out kitchen. Unit there, 2-person island, and a wraparound kitchen layout with separate oven, cooktop, dishwasher, and quite a bit of built-in pantry space, as well as 42-inch cabinets. And then one of the things that does make this building quite special is that both units have their own screen porch. Not just a porch, but screened in to give some outdoor space without the bugs. And then beyond this, is a brick patio. And what can either be purposed as a patio extension, or there is a driveway, a drive gate here. So it can be used as parking or as extra patio space. At the rear of the building, you can see this 2-level screen porch area, which again is really nice the way that they did it to mirror the bow windows in the front of the building. And then I'm going to go back through the other unit from the front door as well, so you can get a feel for the layout too. These do connect through a common back hallway. And here we are in the other unit. So looking at the staircase, it's easy to see that this was always built as a 2-family. Good sized entry hall, space for coats. And then as we ascend the stairs, come into the front hallway, and then turning back around, we have a very large stained glass window, which looks great. So again, we have a slightly different layout here. We have a smaller front bedroom with the bow window. And then we have this room, which is likely the living room. And again, here we have a door which has been stripped of its paint. So you can see the original wood finish on this one. That is a lot of work. You can see some of the remnants of the paint. That's how I kind of assume it was stripped. Then we're in the dining room. So this room is very similar to downstairs. You can see the beam ceiling here. But looking at the mantelpiece, same green tile. However, you can see a slightly simpler design on the columns, which may have been choice, or it may have been that the downstairs was designed for an owner back in 1909, and this was their rental unit. So they would have used maybe a simpler style. Then coming through, we have a smaller central bedroom here. This has high ceilings, so it's still pretty good size for fitting a bed in. And it is a walk-through, as was typical in this era, both for ventilation and for access. And looking through here, we have the same type of double bathroom. So we have this probably a little bit more as it would have originally been. The clawfoot tub. And vanity and light. And then this room has just the separate toilet compartment. If you're from the UK or other places in Europe, this is probably very common, very familiar to you. Then through here, we have the rear bedroom, very much like in the downstairs unit. Again, this one is actually a little larger than downstairs because it has the two main closets, but doesn't have that third closet here taking up space. So this is a really good sized bedroom. And then this kitchen has been freshly renovated, updated cabinets and quartz countertop. Does have a pantry area hiding in there behind the refrigerator too. But it also maintains the original China hutch here. Always a neat feature, and I get sad whenever they take these out of houses. Don't think people are doing it so much anymore, but for a long time people felt they were old-fashioned and got rid of them as soon as they could. Just sad. And then we have the second floor screen porch. And on a second floor unit, this is quite a nice luxury because you have your own outdoor space without having to go down a flight of stairs. Which we're going to do right now. Check out the basement really quickly. I'll just give you a quick rundown so you can get a feel for the building. So both units are connected here through a common stairway. This is the door that goes to the downstairs unit hallway. A side door. And then we have the basement down here rather, with its own walkout. Stone foundation, all very similar to how these buildings have always been constructed. And I will end here back at the first floor unit, coming through that side door there. And then going back through this dining room and to the front door. Thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed the tour. Please remember to like and subscribe.